All right. Hello, how do you do? Okay, how you doing, everybody? This is the next episode of Toimnip. And if you listen to the other episode, I mean the last episode, I'm sorry, the audio was fucked up. It's not my listen. We don't know we don't know what the problem was. But anyway, I'm Cloud, my co-host SKR. Go ahead, SKR.
Hey guys, today we're gonna talk about introvertness and extrovertness.
All right,
Because,
getting into it.
well, Cloud here is an introvert and I am an extrovert, kinda. Well,
I mean,
I'm not really sure.
Yeah, there you go. Like you just said it. Like there's, I don't see myself as like a completely 100% extroverted person, and I'm sure you don't really see yourself as a complete like 100% extroverted person as well.
Well, the thing is that I guess the extrovertness and introvertness comes from how people feel when they talk to other people. And when I talk to people, I don't feel anything. I am like, okay, I'm kind of like an ape. I don't think.
Bruh.
My brain stops working. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
What we talk.
Okay, so I think like the most important and significant differences between the two, and like one definition that I think is the most true to itself is this: introverted people like get their energy from being alone, and then they have to spend it while being with other people. On the other side, extroverted people are the people that get their energy by being beside people. Like when they go to parties, when they go to meetings, that's where they live their life. That's where the energy comes from. I think that's how you can differentiate them.
The thing is that I have like infinite energy. I don't lose energy by spending time with people.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
Exactly.
gain energy from spending time with people either.
Yeah, like for me, I have to kind of prepare myself. Like I have a limit, you know. Like I'm like, okay, today this is. I don't really tell myself, but I can feel it how my energy is kind of decreasing. Like while I'm in a while I'm in VC, like I'm good. Like I'm good for like what 3 to 5 hours or something. But maybe if I've spent my energy before that day, I don't know, I just don't feel like talking to people anymore. I just have to spend time with myself.
I don't really have anything like that. I don't gain energy nor do I lose it when I spend time with people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's maybe because the way I was raised, I was always around people.
I think you change. It doesn't really have anything to do with the way you were like born or raised. Because if you look at me, even as a kid, I was fucking everywhere. Like at parties, I was talking to everybody. Like I was that big mouth. But you know, obviously people change.
My brother and my mom think that I'm an introvert because I don't talk with people who are in my family.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a reason for that because most of them are like 10, 20 years older than me and I don't have anything to talk about with them. And my family is kind of complicated because we are the typical brown family, I guess. And people here are kind of conservative and my jokes are really dark.
Yeah. Like you can't really show yourself to them.
Yeah, well, I'm really careful about what I say around them because I don't want to get shit. So sometimes it's better to not talk than talk and get shit on.
Yeah, like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like when we have guests and shit, and like we have guests, I usually, or like I'm sure it happened to you as well. Like when you have guests or your mom is talking to your relatives on the phone, and like they pass you the phone, or as I said, like when you have guests, like they say, okay, go ahead, talk to this person, talk to that person. Like at least for me, I could, I guess, like just fucking start rambling about shit and stuff, but there has to be something that I'm willing to, you know, spend my time on and talk about it. Like sure, I can like talk with my uncle, I guess, about whatever, but it isn't really gonna be that pleasant in a way.
That's true. But and another thing that I can talk about is about most of the people talk about current events and politics.
Yeah.
And I don't watch TV and I don't follow those.
Yeah, even if you don't watch TV, the funny thing is that it's always negative. They're always nagging. That's it. That's the whole fucking argument. The whole talk. It's just nagging about shit that happens every day.
Well, the simple thing let me give you something. When people tell you to, hey, talk to this person, talk about the weather, because you can always talk shit about the weather.
Yeah.
Because the weather is always shit.
Yeah.
The weather is never good enough.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So I had some questions for you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna present certain scenarios and you're gonna tell me how would you react to
Bruh.
those scenarios.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We're gonna interview Cloud here. So, let me ask you this question. If you were under a lot of work and under a lot of stress, would you still communicate with the people you like?
If I have time, or what do you mean?
I mean, you have time, but not that much. Think of it like this way. You have studied for 10 hours and you went to uni and then you came home. Would you interact with people you like, or are you gonna play games and be alone?
Okay, so here's the thing. In that situation where I had a lot of shit to do and stuff, if there's, I guess by the people you mean my family and stuff, and I don't think I would talk that much. Maybe sure, because in a way, at some point I do see this responsibility on my shoulders, that sometimes I'm the person that has to go to my family and in a way unwind them, or I don't know what's that word called, because I see them not having a good time. They're kind of I don't know how to explain it, but the vibe isn't there. The energy isn't there. The energy is bad in the family and shit. Sometimes I do see this responsibility to go ahead and talk to them and bring their heart out in a way. But most of the times, yeah, I'm just gonna fucking chill out and watch a movie.
No, I wasn't talking about your family. I was talking about your friends like me.
Oh, okay. So then, okay, in that regard, that's the question of energy. If I'm feeling it, yeah, sure, maybe in half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour maximum. I just cannot push myself to just produce that energy to talk to someone. There has been days that in the past few days or weeks even, it happened recently. I had a lot of shit to do in the day. I had meetings, I guess record videos, do this, do that. And at the end of the day, I had my dinner and then I just see the boys on the VC. And I'm okay, I just hop on in for 45 minutes and then it's goodbye time. That's about it.
Well, I kind of relate with that too, not gonna lie, somewhat.
Yeah,
so
it really depends.
That different after all.
You and I are not so different, Spider-Man. Man, Willem Dafoe is a fucking legend.
Is he coming on the new Spider-Man movie?
Well, he fucking better.
Okay, let's get back into track.
Yes.
What were you saying?
I think my answer is complete. Next question.
Yeah. Yeah, the scenario I just told you, that's totally not related to something I'm going to, and that's totally made up thingy.
Yes, these are just made up questions.
Yeah, totally. By the way.
Alright, okay, I have a question. Hello.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, so are you as extroverted as you seem you are in real life as well, or is it just online friends?
I don't know.
So let me ask you this, I don't know if bars and shit exist in Bangladesh, Well, let's say like you're in a, I don't know, like an English class or school or whatever, a public place, and you see someone, you wanted to talk to them. Would you just like walk right in front of them and start talking, or?
Yeah, probably, if I wanted to talk with them, but most of the time I don't wanna, because they don't intrigue me enough.
So you could just like walk in front of someone and start like a conversation.
I mean, I did do stuff when I needed to. Like there was some dude that I needed to talk to because of some work, some school work.
No. I'm not really like, talking about like work and shit. Like let's say like you find someone interesting, you look at them, or they intrigue you, as you say.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Because like in recent years, like one thing that I've realized is like going, I guess, kind of growing up, going to places, seeing people.
Oh yeah. I do this weird stuff that makes me super extroverted. Not gonna lie. I sometimes go out, walk, and whenever I see someone, I say hi, and just start walking.
Just like you just say hi and like continue walking.
Yes.
Bro.
Like, hey, what's up?
Alright.
And start moving.
Listen, I was talking. So
yeah,
I was saying like in the past few years, like kind of growing up and going places and shit, like I had to do some of the things that I've done, you know, obviously alone. Like I can't fucking pull out my family every time, so I have to do things alone. And in a way, I kind of, I guess, learn how to be more talking, and like, you know, that stereotypical like introverted person that like when they when there's a problem with someone, or like when they bring their food and their food isn't right, like they don't talk about it. They're like, okay, I'm just gonna keep quiet and shit. Like I used to be that way, but like now mostly I try to like, you know, talk about the things that are happening. Like let's say you're on in a doctor and you're there for like 1 fucking hour. Like a very stereotypical, very introverted person would just not talk to anyone. But at this point, like I've realized there are certain times that I just have to speak out. Like, yo, when's my turn? What's happening? Stuff like that.
Well, I'm the one who always goes up and does order stuff.
Yeah. Order doesn't really like bother anyone. Ordering is like nothing, but
I mean, to some people it does.
Yeah, I guess.
Who are really introverted and has anxiety and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen people like as you said, like they can't even fucking order their food. That's true.
Well, my ex, she had that problem.
Yeah.
She's really anxious, I guess, and really introverted, and she has that problem.
Did you come up with any other questions?
If I have questions, I'll ask you.
God damn it, man! Okay, let me think as well.
I mean, this is a subject that normally you have a lot of questions about, but when you start talking, you are out of questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When you're on the spot.
Yeah. Like you think about games and you're like, yeah, I have a lot of things to talk about. But when someone's like, hey, let's talk about games, then you have nothing to talk about.
Listen, bitch, I told you, like, we would talk about games later, not right now. No?
Yeah. Let's do as much as we can until my thing equals out.
Listen, okay, I'm gonna shut up. First of all, fuck those people who talk out loud and speak the most in class and are fucking annoying as shit. Fuck them. And second of all, this whole like topic is over. Now is the movie segment. And what did I see in the past few days? Absolutely nothing. I just watched Squid Game. I was a bit busy and fucking like my Instagram was completely like fucking filled with Squid Game memes and shit. And this is like one of those situations that if you don't watch the fucking show soon enough, like everything's gonna be spoiled for you on the internet. Because that's exactly what happened with Invincible. Like Invincible got fucking like so popular that the memes were everywhere. That's what happening with Squid Game right now. So I was like, okay, fuck it, let me just finish this shit and yeah, pass it. So I watched it, and SKR watched it as well. I think SKR watched it before me, sooner than me. And yeah. Yes, so go ahead. If you have any thoughts, then I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay, I have some thoughts.
Yeah.
Not about the series, but about the memes.
Okay.
The memes fucking suck. They're the worst memes ever. I don't even laugh. I don't even smile. I just feel like, why?
Yeah, like
the dog shit.
Yeah, listen, when something like this gets so popular, like you just cannot expect good memes. Like at this point, they don't make memes to be funny. Like they make memes just because it's relevant, you know?
Yeah, they mainly post memes to get likes, and that's just wrong.
Yeah, at least like Invincible memes were like kind of funny.
They were actually genuinely funny.
Yeah.
But Squid Game memes are just like, they're not even funny, and I don't know what they're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
so
there's like a
go ahead.
box thingy that they have to carve out some stuff, and I don't know why that meme is so relevant.
Why?
That's not funny. And this, okay, let me talk a bit about the series. The series is okay. It's not that great. I mean, the story is like meh. That's about it. I don't have anything to talk about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna start my semi-review with this. I never ever like get this feeling of rewatching a movie or a show right after I finished it. Like usually it's very hard for me to, like I like to rewatch my favorite movies, but the fucking way my mind works is like it just keeps reminding me of like the plots and what's gonna happen. Like I rewatch a movie that I watched recently and it's gonna be like, yo, this thing's gonna happen right now, fucking be careful, shit like that. Like it doesn't let me enjoy the plot one more time. Like it's usually one and done for me. But for some godforsaken reason, and I don't know why, I got this feeling after after watching Squid Games that I wanted to rewatch it right after I finished it. And like I never get this feeling. I don't know why, but I just wanted to watch it one more time. It was really interesting. So there's that.
I mean, I can understand why.
Why?
Because the Squid Game isn't like story focused. It's basically like watching the cutting part of the saw. The main thing is the game, and the games are fun to watch it.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. That's true. And like one thing that stood out for me as well, especially like recently when I watched the goddamn memes, is the music. Actually, like the original soundtrack of the series is actually kind of good. Like every group has their own music. Like those like guards have their I don't know if you get what I mean, but they have that song, and like when they're on a game they have their own song. Like I really enjoyed the soundtrack of the series as well.
You know something strange?
What?
I never think about the soundtrack. I don't hear the soundtrack when I'm watching the it sounds weird, but listen to me. When I'm watching a series or playing a game, I don't listen to the soundtrack. Like I don't focus. It kind of melts together.
Yeah, that's
if you know
like,
what I mean.
Yeah, like that could be good and bad at the same time. Like
I'm too in the zone.
Yeah, exactly. Like in a way, it means that game or that movie or that show is doing its job properly of like mixing these two elements so good with each other that like they don't really, I guess, stand out for you. But at the same time, like when the music is just so goddamn good, it stands out to you in a good way. Like for me, my favorite games, like my top 3, all of them have, or like top 5, I'd say, all of them have fucking amazing soundtrack. Like even if I like fucking hear one note of it, like I would understand this is the music for this game, because the soundtrack of those games are really like one of the key elements of why I chose them. But at the same time, there are games that I'm exactly just like you. I'm like, I don't remember any sound from this entire game.
For me, it's the first one. It's basically like, let me give you an example. Games and movies, when mixed with soundtracks, it's like a good song. When in a good song, everything just completely aligns, and you don't feel like something is out of that thing. Yeah. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like if a note doesn't hit properly, you notice that note. But when everything just sings, everything is like a brain orgasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if I should give, but yeah, as I said, like my point, I was actually thinking about it, is the whole like when the music is just so goddamn good that it actually stands out. That's pretty good. Okay, so like before we wrap this Squid Game thing, I'm gonna talk about like the story and the plots as well. So
wait, I wanna say something. Spoiler alert, I'm gonna say something. I didn't like the ending.
The ending?
No, the Squid Game ending.
Oh, so that the guy was like the only survivor, is that what you mean?
Yeah, I wanted the bad guy to win.
Okay, so we get to that point, but like first let me start with the first episodes. Okay, so
yeah, sure.
Like many people said that it was a very, very predictable show, and to a degree I actually completely agree with that. That's true. Like it goes in this trope of like these huge, like dangerous games that like in the first episode there are like fucking a million people, a million contestants, and then at the last episode only like the most important characters or like the top 3 will survive. Like no random people, no smarter people. It's just the people that they showed you in the series. And in that regard, yes, it is absolutely what do you call it, like predictable. But like a friend of mine I was talking to on Discord, and he said like the whole plot was predictable. Maybe it was for him, but for me, I genuinely didn't really saw it. Like again, spoiler alert from now. If you want to watch it, just fucking get out of the...
I already did that.
No, I'm talking with the people that are watching our podcast.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like, the plot is that the old guy, the 00 number 1 person, the old guy is like the person behind this whole thing. And they didn't really explain why they did it. Like, I liked that they kind of hinted at it as, like, they said, oh, like, in my young years, I've seen, like, rich people being so bored, and we made this thing so we can, I guess, not be bored and enjoy ourselves and shit. Like, at first look, it is, like, weak. Like, I wanted something more, like something satisfactory at least. Like this guy was like, yeah, it was like fun watching people compete. Well, I fucking understood that when you brought out those VIPs, like the American people. That's obvious. Like, you have to give me something more than just this guy fucking saying, yeah, it was fun to watch them die. Like, give me a reason. Give me a fucked up reason. Give me like an I don't know, like an evil plan or some shit. It was, on that regard, it was weak. But at the same time, I didn't see it coming for that like old guy to be the headmaster or the guy behind the curtains. That was new for me. I didn't see that coming. And so like the highlight of the entire series, I would say it kind of started off a bit slow. I'd say, like, especially the first 2 episodes, like the episode where they go in and the episode where they come out and it shows how like fucked up their life is. Like, I didn't fucking care about any of those things. I'd say for me the best parts were the middle 4 or 5 episodes, like from episode 3 to episode like 7, or I like the finishing episodes as well, but like the middle episodes were really great. And one thing that, again, like just like the music that stood out for me as well was the fucking acting, man. Like, sure, you could argue some of them were shit, but like some of the actors were really, really good. Like, you know that annoying lady that like sticks to everybody? You know?
Yeah.
Yo, dude, she was great at her fucking role. Like, she was in a way pathetic. She was like, I don't know, she just done it in a very, very well acted way. The three, I'd say like the three best actors in a way were, first of all, that lady, that annoying woman. The second person is, which is my favorite, was the guy that you told, the quote unquote, the bad guy. You know, the guy that has like glasses and he loses it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
He kind of looks like me.
Bro, fucking.
I mean,
do you know who I'm talking about or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me finish up my thing. Like fucking his acting, his story arc was fantastic. Like, he starts out as this, you know, like quote unquote, like the guy who made it, who went to this like university, but then like he turns out to be yellow, like everything like just doesn't go right for him. And then when he gets into the game, like
dude. You said he turns yellow.
No, that's a saying, isn't it?
I don't know, but he's Asian.
No, bro, I'm not talking about that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, you guys are fucking just in races, huh? This okay. I'm sorry, but this is a saying in my language. I thought it exists in English as well. Like, when I say it turns out yellow, like I mean it didn't turn out good. That's the saying. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. As I was saying, like, I fucking loved his like story arc of going like into this game and starting to lose his sanity. Like, he becomes this violent, like almost animal-esque person who just doesn't give a shit about anything. Like, he kind of brings these points up, or like when somebody is like very desperate, is like, okay, let me just fucking get out of this game. This guy just comes in, slap the shit out of the guy. He is like, so what? You're gonna get out there? What's out there for you? Like, all these people have died, so this means nothing to you? Like, you could see how his mind is working, how his logic is kind of functioning him or pushing him to do these things. Like, he knows it's wrong, but in a way, like, his mind doesn't let him understand or comprehend that in a way. His character, the best character in the series. I really enjoyed his character. He was amazing. And I kind of liked the old guy as well. Like, especially before it turns out that it's him. Like, when he's in the game, that's the part that I'm liking it. Like, after that, it's just no. Like, again, spoiler alert right now. When the old guy dies, like, I actually shed a tear. Like, when he was talking about his past, and like the music starts coming up. Like, these deaths, some of the deaths in this whole series were actually emotional. With the music that they were with, and like, I don't know, it felt really good. So those are my top 3 characters. Obviously, I realized everybody who watched the Squid Game has unlocked a new fucking crush. Is the girl. I know you have crush on her. I'm looking at you. But yeah. Oh, something else. Like, a lot of people brought up the fact that the VIPs, or the people like that come there to watch the shows, were really like washed up, I guess, quote unquote villains, and that is absolutely true. Like, the fucking dialogues that they gave them, it was so cheesy. Like, god damn, it was like sometimes bad. Like, these people, these are supposedly the quote unquote high society, and this is the way they talk? What is this fucking like, it was so stupid. But at the same time, I liked the fact that they brought them, that they show like, yo, there are fucked up people who are rich, and these are the things they enjoy. And so that whole thing when the Americans like the Americans have to have come and fucking ruin everything. But when they came, it was both it both elevated and degraded the whole show, because it was good, like they gave you some stuff that was happening behind the curtains, like they showed you, yeah, these are the people that pay for this stuff, but at the same time, like the characters were fucking bland as hell, dialogue dog shit, and so I think we gotta wrap it up with the ending. So go ahead and tell me, what didn't you like about the ending?
Okay, before I do that, I wanna say my favorite guy whose acting I liked the most was I don't know, how do I describe him?
The tough guy?
You said the crazy girl, right? And she grabbed the dude and
Yeah, the tough guy. You mean the tough guy?
What? Yeah, I liked his acting because to me, wait, he's a person who can
you're
act out
lagging,
a person.
Bro. What? You're lagging.
What? Wait. Am I back?
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying that to me, a person, a good actor is a person who can act out a character who is completely different from himself, and that dude was a bad person, but the actor is not that. And it's kind of cool to see a person who can act that way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's true. Like I don't know him in real life, obviously, but yeah, that's the character that I actually missed out on. Like he was one of my favorite characters as well. Like his acting, especially in the middle episodes, the episodes that I liked, like they really gave him the spotlight. They showed him how his character, or yeah, you're right, like his character was really good as well.
Yeah. So about the ending, I mean the Squid Game ending, it didn't make sense, not gonna lie, in the context of the whole show. The show is about like how realistic it is, like how fucked up the world is, and with that, the bad guy should have won and showed that the world is still fucked up. There is no happy ending, and it just felt wrong. Just, you know what I mean?
Okay, so here's the thing. The last game, the Squid Game that they played, that was kind of cheesy. Like how this guy was like, okay, you wanna get out of here. You one of the rules was if all the fucking contestants didn't want to play, you wouldn't let us play. Like that was cheesy. Yeah, like there was so many routes they could have gone to, but at the same time, I don't think like what you said is all that true either. Like it's obviously true that the world is fucked up and these things happen in a more realistic way, but at the same time it doesn't really like you said, everything is like fucked in life. Like real life is kind of random. Like sure, like good and bad both exist. Like it doesn't really like it's the decision of the director which way he wants to go. He wants to show the greedy and the bad side, or he wants to show the hopeful side. That's kind of his decision. I don't think there's really anything called the truth as like the good and bad in life. Like they both exist, and that's true. Like sometimes the one side is more. So what was I saying?
You know what? I could make my own fucking Squid Game at this point.
Alright, so
like actors who get like
okay.
There are poor people in the countryside, and I could just swoop in and be like, hey,
that's true.
Need some money?
Like that's the whole that's the whole premise that I actually enjoyed the most. Like in a way, like, I don't know, I just enjoyed these movies that show the class differences between society and people, because it's the thing that I've lived with. It's really relevant to me. Like, I see it everywhere in the place that I live. Like, that's one of the reasons Parasite is one of my favorite movies. Like, it's the whole thing of rich people and poor people and what they do to get to their desires and needs, and like going inside their head, showing how they think. That's the thing that I enjoy the most about in these movies and shit.
I can't relate with you, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're a rich motherfucker, piece of shit.
I'm not rich, but
yeah,
I never had to deal with
yeah, sure. Hello?
Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so
I was saying, by the way, I have another thing. It didn't make any sense. Why did he kill himself?
The bad guy?
Yeah.
Well, I guess they needed like a redemption arc or some shit. Like at the end.
But it was too quick. It was like too quick.
Well, I mean, it's a fucking stab in the neck. What do you mean it was too quick?
The way he changed his mind.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Like at the end, like when he was almost dying. Well, I guess you could argue that the reason that he changed so quickly is because he saw that although the other guy could win, but he turned back and he was like, okay, just get both of us out of here. I don't want the other guy to die, because if he would have won, they would have killed the other guy, the bad guy. I guess that's what changed him. But it is true, like they didn't really give him the time to think about it or change. But again, like how could they? It was like quick. It was a quick game.
No, they could have given him like a episode of his own, maybe. Like after he killed the girl, they could have given him like.
Oh man, don't fucking remind me of the girl. God damn it, that was so sad.
What?
That was so fucking sad.
That fucker killed her.
Yeah.
On the last episode, and at the end, he's like all good. He kills himself for other people.
Yeah.
That
like,
doesn't make any sense.
Dude, that whole thing when she gets stabbed with that like piece of like mirror or whatever it was, and then the other guy killed. Oh my god, bro, that was so sad.
You know what could have made the ending better? What? If they had an extra episode of about just that dude, the bad guy, of him thinking about the shit he did in the game, like the whole night before the Squid Game. That would have made it sense. Like he was suffering himself. Like I did all this shit, but for what?
Maybe.
If that makes sense. That's just the producer in me talking about that shit.
Well, I guess there's a problem with that too, like because when he killed the girl, like at that point, dude, he's fucking hot-headed. Like he ain't feeling nothing. It's the game. The next game is not even the day after. It's like right there, like fucking an hour after that. So there's not a lot of time for him to get an episode.
Well, that doesn't make any sense either. That dude fucking killed another girl like an hour ago. Why is he killing himself?
Well, I told you why.
Yeah, but he could have just, when the dude said, I want to quit, he could have just stood up, backstab, jab, died.
Yeah, but then again, like at that point, it's...
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like that's totally doable. But at that point, it's director's decision, like how we wanna wrap up the.
Well, I disagree with him.
Bro.
Fuck him.
Listen, I'm hungry. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. After the whole Squid Game, like when the guy gets the money, okay, I'm gonna talk about that. So I kind of liked how after a year he was just so goddamn guilty that he didn't touch the money. That was interesting. But at the same time, like after that, when he gets a haircut and he like dyes it red and then tries to go to this I don't know, like America, and then right before when he wants to get into the airplane, like he calls the game again. Like I don't know if that's a good like setting for the next season, or it's just like they didn't know how to wrap it up, so they did some crazy shit right at the end.
Sometimes some stories should just end.
Yeah, but like how? That's the
he gets in the plane. That's it.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, like the sad parts for me were when the old man, quote unquote, dies, when the girl dies, and when the guy like gets to his home and says his mother is dead. Like these three deaths.
My favorite episode was the episode where the two girls play game and then they kill the girl.
That's true. Entertaining. It was really enjoyable, but it obviously had its flaws. It wasn't no genius shit. It was just fun to watch. That's it.
I think people are overrating it.
Yeah.
Like people are acting like it's the second coming of Jesus.
Yeah, like it's fucking God's creation or something.
Yeah, it's just a good Saw movie or series.
Yeah. All right, is that it?
I think so.
Well, great.
How long was that?
That was good, man. That was like way more than I expected. I thought we were gonna record for like 15 minutes or something, but that's like 50 minutes.
Oh, but most of the time it was you talking in the phone.
Sure.